Welcome to the Land Department Podcast. The state of land and energy as we see it.
Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
You
Oh, you did a shot. Okay. Oh, there we go.
Like a little sip.
This is going to be perfect for my cold.
Yeah.
Well,
are you still on antibiotics, Steve?
No, I'm off of them for now. We'll see.
shocker.
I go back on Thursday for another chest scan and see if they put me on some more.
Oh, God, that sucks.
Good grief.
Well, the good thing is it's not lung cancer, so that's great.
Oh, was that a scare at one point?
I smoked for 20-some years, yeah.
Oh, damn. Well, that is good news.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's with us another year. One of our metrics, our company metrics for the year, is how many weeks Steve is on antibiotics and how many he's not.
3.
How
That's
many
your
weeks
KPI.
he continues to be smoke free? I tell you right now, nothing bad happened until 42 hit. That was it.
I thought you were going to say if he's still alive. Like one of our key metrics is how many days alive.
Well, I don't think I'm dying.
We only talk to each other like that in person. I wouldn't put that out there to the interweb.
What are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about it's the holidays. We're going to talk about 2023 in all its glory. We're going to talk about football, the stellar season LSU had.
We can skip all that part. We go straight to basketball.
And nobody cares about basketball, though.
Is Arkansas good at basketball?
No, not really.
Okay, I was going to say I wouldn't know, but oh man,
They could probably beat our football team.
Yeah.
I heard a story about the Kansas football team getting into it with the basketball team and losing. Like they did like a 7v7 football thing, and the basketball team beat them. Anyways, you're just that.
Yeah, you don't want that out here.
Yeah.
No, of course not.
Okay. Well,
So yeah,
I'll let you. Any highlights you guys have from 2023 that you're ready to share?
It flew by.
It did fly by.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I kind of
This
remember
year
doing this last year.
Literally feels like
Yeah.
2 months ago.
Yeah, no. I was looking for my Santa Claus hat.
I was going to
don't know
say
where
we don't
it
have
went.
anything Christmas themed.
I know it's we should be ashamed of ourselves.
I was
wear
the
There we go.
Santa hat I wore for the game on Saturday, but it's a little creepy.
Well, I do have a Christmas gift. We had our Christmas party last week,
Okay.
and we had a little gift that they gave to me, and the guys gave me a Trump mug.
Oh my goodness.
I figured
That's awesome.
my first, Shiner Bach of to celebrate 2023, I'd go ahead and have it in here in the Trump mug. So, Merry Christmas.
Oh my gosh, that's
This
great.
thing's when he's in jail, this thing's gonna be worth tons.
When he's
Yeah.
in jail and still acting as our president because he's elected.
Yeah, this
while
yeah, welcome to South America, people.
How does that work?
Oh man.
Well, hey, one thing we do know, 2024 is going to be a circus, absolute circus. We're going to live through it. I'm kind of ready for it. I'm ready for the show, baby. Let's go.
It's going to be a wild end to the year.
Yeah.
Mm.
It is. Oh, hey, by the way, Grant got engaged.
Did he?
Yeah. Grant got engaged.
Is
on
Grant
Sunday.
going to be an adult now?
I guess.
Wow.
Well,
Grant.
hopefully his LinkedIn
Grant.
post won't.
Man, the king of the most random LinkedIn post of the year goes to Grant Stetz. The award goes to.
We need to get him a little plaque.
Yeah.
He does need we need to make a trophy, and it's just every year it's just him automatically on the placard.
Nobody else competing.
But my favorite Grant Stetz post of the year is spoiler alert, The Golden Bachelor chose Dudley Land Company. Oh, God bless him.
That's
He was
great.
like
Brent,
I said,
are you
should have
switching
told-
between like 4 drinks right now?
Dude, I'm a freaking train wreck, man. I'm just trying to make it by. I'm just trying to make it through without coughing something a lung up in this podcast.
Oh my goodness.
I was just going to
I've
tell
been
Brent, I
trying-
want to put some NyQuil in that rotation. Whiskey, NyQuil, beer. Just keep
Listen,
going.
man, I'm trying to think of all the things that my grandma used to do for us when we had a little cold. I'm trying them all. I canceled a doctor's appointment to be here with you girls.
Oh
So
yeah,
we're
you
gonna
did.
make
Was
the
that for
most
the
of it. I'm-
sickness? That was something else, right?
Huh?
That wasn't for the sickness. That was
What's
something
that?
else.
Yeah, it was a mental health appointment, Khalil, dealing with all these landmen. No, I had to cancel my doctor's appointment. I need to go get some antibiotics or something. I'm going to show up smelling like Bailey's and Shinerbach and whatever this whiskey is that the guys gave me for Christmas. I might get committed after this. We'll see.
This is actually the intervention.
Yeah, no kidding. So no, 2023, good year. Kind of thinking back to last year when we had this, things were optimistic. We were hoping that the year would be good. We were starting to see some signs of increased activity on the kind of some of the alternatives space. And fortunately for us, that continued. Our oil and gas business kept going strong. We picked up more business in the Northeast. We stayed active up there through Steve's group. Got really busy through the middle, kind of late spring and summer with some work in East Texas, which we were hoping for with natural gas prices being up early in the year. And that really carried us. It did really well for us. Renewables business, like we were hoping, picked up a lot. We've made a lot of progress in that side of our business over the last year, really getting organized, really getting our feet under us, understanding how that space really works and what they really need. Work through and develop some really good clients in that space this year too. There's so many new companies entering the space. A big thing for us was educating them. What do you really need us for? How can we help you? What do they need? What do we need from them? That type of stuff. So a lot of great progress on that front. And we think that that's going to continue through next year at least. We've got some pretty lofty goals for that side of our business. We're doing some reorganization within the company to be better positioned for that part of the business. We're really excited about. And so all in all, plugging along really well. As a company, I think we're all really excited with some of the things we did within the company. With being better about setting goals, better about rhythms, better about evaluating our contractor base, just trying to sharpen up how we run the business. And I think we made a lot of good steps we can dive into later in the conversation today or in the podcast if we want to. How many land department podcasts did we do, Khalil? Like, did we get 10 of them out the way or 12 or something
more
like
than
that?
I think we're at this will be episode
15.
18 or 19. So we're up there.
Come on now.
Yeah. We're
Heck
getting
yeah.
there. So lots of fun stuff.
So we kind of figuring that out. I think we have 20 followers, which is kind of nice.
Yep. Hey, we got a comment. Maybe we should do a shout out.
What?
We got a comment on YouTube, guys. And I think he works with us. I think he's a contractor. Let me look at this. YouTube.
It's Brent.
Let's see what we got.
Oh, YouTube.
We got a comment on the Explorium lithium extraction from Randy Ketchum.
Randy
Shout out
Ketchum.
to Randy, if you're listening.
Thank you, Randy.
Merry
Randy?
Christmas, Randy.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.
Randy.
Randy's a great
Great. That's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, so just all in all, I think we're all very happy with the year, as far as being a land broker. Ending the year, typically the end of the year is usually slows down. We got busier over the last month or so. Usually a sign of a healthy, industry is due diligence. We've got 2 or 3 due diligence shops going on right now, which is a good sign. Have a couple that are in the queue for the first part of the year. So from what we're seeing, we feel like that trend of, acquisition is going to continue. I wouldn't say we were as busy this year with due diligence as the year before. I think companies decided, well, why don't we just merge, instead of buying assets and things like that. So, I mean, everybody's experienced that. So that overall due diligence levels had slowed compared to what we saw in 2022 and 2021. But all in all, work is steady, man. We broke records for the number of clients we had for the year. I think we've had our best year as far as numbers of clients that we serve. So that's a feather in the cap of everybody involved. All of our managers done a good job. They got repeat business. Folks are reaching out to us, and we're able to handle it and able to do the work. So that's been great. Really exciting for us. It kind of sets the bar high for what we want to try to achieve next year as a company. All in all, super happy. Ready for a little bit of a break, though.
Yeah,
it's been a grind this year.
Yeah, definitely.
I think we're all going to take that week break, Christmas and New Year's, and just like the rest of the industry, I think is going to do it too.
Yeah.
Time
to rest. Yeah, Steve, you probably needed the rest with pneumonia. Glad that it's not cancer.
Pneumonia is just a pain in the ass. You're coughing nonstop. You can't sleep. And unfortunately, my kid, one child had it. The other one had pink eye. My wife and the other one had strep throat. So we were all 5 on antibiotics for a week or 2.
Jeez.
Goodness gracious.
But hey, thanks to modern medicine and, fossil fuels, we can survive. We don't have to die like the Oregon Trail.
That's true. That's true.
Got those fossil fuels in there, man.
That's right.
Steve's the total optimist. He's like, man, I got pneumonia. And I'm like, oh wow. And he's like, hey, but at least it's not cancer. So, God dang, Steve.
How'd you jump? Where'd you make the jump?
Yeah. All right, man. I'm not happy for you.
I'm not going to call out my wife for being a huge anxiety-ridden human, but usually WebMD says the worst things about you.
So ridiculous. For everything you search on WebMD, it's like every symptom under the planet is under every single thing you look up.
I stubbed my toe. You probably have foot cancer.
Exactly. My toe hurts.
And you've got early onset gout.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, man. We recently did some kind of annual planning. We had our end of the year managers workshop, and that was pretty good. It was a good experience, other than the golf tournament that it was all planned around, got rained on, but we had a really good time. Got all the managers in, everybody flew in, and we spent a day with all them, kind of just laying out, going through some exercises to identify what our needs would be for the year, what we wanted to achieve, what the biggest problems were, what the biggest opportunities for growth might be. And then Brandon, Steve, and I spent another 2 days after that going through a lot of planning. So I don't know, maybe we can talk through some of that as well.
Yeah,
absolutely. Some of the things we want to try to do.
Absolutely.
Scaling up. We started that process 2 years ago. I think are we going into our 3rd year?
Well, no, we're going into our
year and a half.
Year and a half.
Going in our second. Yeah, we're like a year and a half in. And that's been pretty eye-opening. We've all been landmen our whole career, and then we were crew chiefs, and then we were project managers. And then when you step in and start thinking about running business and kind of some of the things that, you have to do to continue to build a generational business, it's different. So this has been a really good opportunity for us to learn a little bit more about how we can better run the business, better support our employees, better support our landmen. And so I think all in all, it's been a positive. It kind of, it's the trend with it is establishing good rhythms in your business and what you do and your meeting rhythms and deliverables and tracking metrics. And all these are things that, we always did, and we had that information, but we weren't systematic and rhythmic with our evaluation of it. And, really, really striving toward things, on a quarterly basis or an annual basis. And, So it's put some structure to that, which has been really good. And it's also given all our managers a lot of really good joke material, a lot of trust fall references, amongst the guys. But I think going through that process has been really good. What it does, it kind of asks you the same questions 3 or 4 or 5 different ways. And then when you sit back and look at it, you're like, wow, we came up to the same answers from 3 or 4 different directions. So, okay, that's the most important thing that we need to work on. Or, these are the things that we think would really drive an advancement of the company. So excited for what that, is doing for us as a company and for our managers and for our product and service and all the things that are kind of central to what we do as a business. And we're starting to get good buy-in from our managers, which is great.
Yeah,
those guys are really starting to pull.
Yeah, I think what ultimate goal is, right? I mean, you have your back office in line so that our clients get better service and product from the managers. And I think that's the end goal, right? Get it to a point where it's streamlined and everything's right in front of us so that we can focus on the business and our managers can focus on serving our clients instead of all the mess that goes around with everything in running a business. So
yeah,
I think that's a good side of it.
It's also given them an avenue to be a lot closer with each other that we didn't have before.
Yeah.
And usually, we would meet once a year or see each other once or twice a year, but none of the conversations that are going on right now happened at that point. So I think it's making them more of a cohesive group and able to lean on each other more.
They're getting that training that they need. I mean, we're doing training with them once a month, and that's all extremely beneficial for them, which we never had. We just had to learn it. We were on the fly.
Figured out.
Rolling.
And
Where's Tom? Hell, I don't know.
I mean, we're able to do this because of your help. So
yeah. What's some of the response that you get from the managers about it? Like, obviously you think that they're getting closer together, all that stuff, but and outside the jokes, what do you think the benefits are that they're talking to you about?
I think the biggest one that I hear is direction. They know not only where the company's going, but where they need to go and how they need to work on themselves and what they need to work on, and how they communicate with their peers. Part of it's this DISC assessment, how to communicate not only and look introspectively, but also how to communicate with their peers and the back office and all work together as a team. I think that's the biggest kind of feedback that I've gotten.
Yeah. What I hear is that finally their input is being taken and their ideas are being shared and they're being, taken by us and moved ahead instead of just being told what the business is.
Yeah, if you don't know where you're going,
and
somewhere else, kind of that direction set.
Yeah, and for us, I mean, it's when you're a service organization, service is first, right? I mean, and we have a picture of the work that we did as managers, 8-10 years ago, right? Those guys are living it every day, so their feedback's important. They're working with clients, they understand the circumstances and what's going on, what those clients need. So having that process that allows them to put that out there, and we can take all that feedback in and make good decisions when setting the course for the company has been big. And again, just the feedback that I'm getting from my guys is the structure, a vision for framework of this is what we expect and this is what needs to happen and this is why, and these are things that we think advance the company or prepare the company to better, handle downturns, which we know will happen. It's going to happen. How do the work that we're doing to retain and recruit, quality field contractors and field landmen, that's a big part of it. And I think all in all, just a lot of the things we've been doing, I've got a lot of good feedback from them. It's just with our recruitment for landmen has been better. It's allowed us to really retain and bring in some quality people. Just by taking that information they're sharing and the marketing that we're doing, the putting ourselves out there, people know more about the company and who we are and what we're all about. And so they come to us.
Right.
So that's been the feedback from our team, and from at least at a management level. And then with respect to just our regular employees, they never were, like, just our back office. They never were included historically. That everybody was busy. We're doing a job. We're managing chaos. But we've been able to kind of really push a lot of that planning down, a lot of those discussions down from the top to the bottom. So every department has a job and metrics and things that they're doing that are contributing to the success of the whole. And they see where they fit in now. And those are big things that we wanted to try to do and to propel our company forward. It's the flywheel. Well, Steve's a flywheel junkie, but he's we got to make a t-shirt about that or something, but it's been good. It's been good to really get everybody.
About recruiting, I think really the marketing piece of this, and just to kind of move it ahead. I mean, working with you, Khalil, doing these podcasts, doing our LinkedIn posts has opened us up to more quality landmen in the market. And we've been able to reach those people. And I think that's really helped our business as well, is getting to those landmen that maybe we couldn't get to before, hit them whenever, they're off of a job for another broker and they see our ad or our post up and they reach out to us. We're seeing a lot more quality landmen come in just due to what we're doing through scaling up and also through your marketing efforts.
It's great to hear. Great to hear.
And just with the culture that we've set out, the new people that have come into Dudley from the outside, which we've normally not had before, I feel like they've all bought in and they get that this is a great place to work and it's a great group of people who are loyal to the company. We don't have much turnover. It's been exciting for, I think, all three of us to see that this group that's coming in behind us is energized and excited about what Dudley Land Company has to offer.
Yeah. Well, you guys have put a huge push into culture, just to the investment in, having a clear vision of delivering energy through land, but also the values have really been at the forefront. I can't tell you how many things we've designed to print mouse pads or boxes or whatever that has the core values on it. But why don't we talk about those a little bit? I don't know that we've done a podcast to highlight those, but people, service, product, example. Why don't we talk a little bit more about those?
Yeah. I mean, it's at first it's kind of a cheesy thing, right? Core values and all this, that, and the other, but really what it does, it just helps you, it helps you make decisions, and it's a clear path for, any scenario, any decision you're making or any situation you're in that's challenging. You can look to that. Like, is my decision in alignment with our values? And it kind of just helps you with a roadmap. The people part of it is a big deal. I mean, we're a people organization. I mean, you say that, but that's what we do. We don't sell widgets. We're not, don't have some proprietary, patent on something. We're a people organization. We provide resources and people. And so, how we treat ourselves, how we treat other people, what we expect of other people is important. And for us, to meet our goals of having, 80% of our organization being A and B players, from a contractor standpoint, that requires that they understand what's expected of them, and from at least from the people side of things, it's important. I mean, that goes out to all of our contractors. Every contractor we hire, they get a core values sheet. It says, this is Dudley Land Company, and this is how we act, and this is how you should expect to be treated, and this is how we expect you to behave. And if you're not in alignment with that, well, then it's an easy decision that you're not right for Dudley Land Company. And those are all things that we knew, but now it's like, bam, it's right here in front of you. And everybody sees it, and everybody's judged against it and held accountable to it. And that's just a clarity alone. And that side of the people part of our core values is everything. I mean, we've made some difficult decisions this year with, around the people front. We've also brought in some great people because, from day one, they checked every box on our core values. And so, for us, the people side of things, I mean, Steve mentioned we brought in some really good people. We're going to continue to do that. I mean, we're very aggressively recruiting project coordinators and bringing people into our organization, where historically we couldn't bring people in from outside because we didn't really have a process for like, are you the right fit? We can have a gut feel and we can talk to them, but Brandon's done a lot of work on that with our HR group about this is our process, and with help from other groups. Shout out to Lewa Gibbs. I mean, they're going through scaling up as a business structure. And they're like a year ahead of us, and they've helped us a lot. We've been able to bounce a lot off of each other with that hiring process. So shout out to those guys. They were a big help for us. They accelerated our process. But it's important. We're going to continue to bring in people from outside the company because now we have a good structure for identifying those folks and bringing them in and determining before we hire them if they're a good fit or not.
Anyone listening to this, if you feel like you're tenacious and a go-getter and want to work hard and do something great, holler.
Is this going to be another t-shirt? I should be writing these down. A tenacious Dudley. That'd be so dorky. The next kind of pillar of those core values is service.
Yeah.
And service is everything. Again, we say it all the time. We're a service organization. So we sell the ability to serve. We sell the ability to generate a product, a consistent product, consistent deliverable. So that service is a key part of it. I mean, there's landmen everywhere and there's brokers everywhere that can deliver a product, some better than others. But if you don't have that service component, you're at a disadvantage. And so we really push the service side of things, service outwardly to our clients, but also service inwardly with, all our departments and our field landmen. And, for a field landman, they need their project manager working for them, to help them, to give them directives, just like a client needs their project manager working for them. So for us, service doesn't end with just the client. It's how are we assisting our people below us. And that's really important. And it's part of our core values. It's central to everything we do. Product is your deliverable, right? And it's in its basic form, but for us, product carries a lot of things. It carries a lot of weight. It's the investment in the databases, in the system, and the attention to detail. And it's not just getting the answer right, but is it presentable? Did you do it efficiently? How are you able to report your progress and your cost, and how transparent are you with your efforts? All those things kind of roll up into product. And again, it's just striving to kind of take it beyond, here's your ownership report, or here I bought you a lease. It's here I bought you a lease. You got great service. It was a transparent process. You've got good records. You've got a good deliverable. Here's your map. Here's your workflow. Here's all the things that, it's basically showing your work. And so for us, we invest a lot of time and effort into that. I mean, some of our priorities for next year are strictly geared toward product. It's, the product that we're getting from the field, the product that we're putting to our clients, investment in Kudu, our land system. We're a long way into that, and really excited about, kind of some of the product things that we're going to roll out this year from a system standpoint with our new program. But all those things, we put a lot of attention into it. And so that's why it was a core value for us.
I think, I was going to just add on to that. I think, and I feel confident saying this, I think we're the only broker. Well, maybe not the only broker, but we definitely spent more time, effort, and money into our product over the last 40 years. I don't think there's anybody else out there that have spent much money of their own money, build out these processes and these programs to give our clients product. To this point, it hadn't cost our clients a dime. I mean, it's just the investment that Dudley Land has put in the last 40 years in their product and the programs behind the scenes to help our clients get a great product. It's just unmatched. I don't think there's anybody else that have done that or made that much of a commitment to it. And we're still doing it. We still invest in that part of our business on our own dime. And I think that's important for people to know and realize that we care. We care about it.
It was really cool to sit down and talk with Tom Dudley earlier this year and hear him talk about developing the database and selling that and carrying in the hard drive around offices in Houston. And oh man, what a cool story.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like we're kind of getting to that point with our new system now. To Brandon's point, yeah, we don't talk much about really how much we invest in our programming. Dudley Land Company has 4 full-time programmers that do nothing but maintain our existing database and are working on our new database. And that's an investment that we're making while still being competitive on price and day rate and all those things. I mean, that could be profit in the company, but instead we turn that into an expense an investment in our ability to serve and our ability to generate a product. And we're really excited about what this year is going to bring with starting to roll that product out and actually use it on land projects and start to get client feedback. And one of the things that we're going to be doing with that product is putting it in the hands of our clients. So our clients are now going to be able to go into the system and see the data that we're capturing, which traditionally we didn't. We gave them an output and they would get a report weekly. But this year will be a big year for us with trying to roll that out and have that product be available to our clients as just an extension of the service and product that they get from Dudley Land Company. And we really think it's going to be a great addition to our lineup of products and how we run our business, and hopefully a differentiator, so we're getting a lot of really good client feedback now on some of the first generation of report output that we're creating out of the system. We took an opportunity to revamp everything, how it looks, how it presents, from a reporting standpoint. And we'll continue to do that, but we're really working with clients a lot to get that feedback, and excited about it. So we'll probably have more podcasts about Kudu, and I'll be running around with the metaphoric hard drive showing everybody what we've developed. Hopefully there's value in that. And our clients will appreciate what we've done and what we've invested in our company.
Yeah. We'll have to do a future episode on that, all the features and maybe even like a demo. That would be cool.
We can dork out on, on land systems.
Yeah.
And that all kind of goes to the example, to kind of bring the core values full circle. The example is the last pillar of our core values. And really it's what example do we set? Not only for ourselves, but for our peers, for our kids, for the landmen we work for the industry, for our clients. It's really just a lifestyle you want to strive to live by. I want to be a good example for what we do in our space. And that can be as grand as, hey, look what Dudley Land Company and its people do as a service organization, or it could also be down to the individual contributor running title and turning in a good product and being a good team player on their crew. That applies from all the way to the company level down to the individual level. And we feel like that kind of brings it full circle. If you're treating people right, you're providing a good, product and a good service, you'll be the example that you want to be in, that you want the company to be and yourself to be.
Yeah.
So, that's the core value. That's kind of how it all comes together, but it's easy when you talk about it, but to actually put it down to words was a difficult process. And, but it's providing a lot of positive feedback in return, and we're real happy with it. It's going to stick.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I think, what's, a lot of times you hear about companies' core values and they're just like 5 words on a website or that are printed on the office wall. I think Mike McConnell talked about how they had integrity on the wall behind them at Enron whenever they were working there, and just kind of goes to show it's like just a word, right? But what's cool, what I love that you guys do, like all the different things that we've designed and put the core values on, there's always 4 sentences, 5 sentences underneath each one that really explain what it is. Like on the product one, we are accountable for results. We provide a quality product for the greatest possible value. Our work is accurate, organized, visually appealing. Like it really gives life to what those words mean and a clear example for everyone. I think that's why they're so effective.
I'll go back to the loyalty of our employee base, our manager base. I know that the three of us, as well as most likely all of our managers, have had the option to go out and be that slimy, non-integrity based person. And I feel that all three of us and the folks who have been with us for 10, 15 years, they realized that this was the right way. It was not the quick buck. It was not the go out and railroad some landowners to make a dollar. And I think that's a testament to Dudley Land Company, is that we're not slimy. We're ethical humans. And to Brent's point, I mean, how do you sleep at night? How do you tell your kids how you make money? That goes a long way with me.
Yeah. I'm proud of the fact that Dudley Land's never been caught up in many of the land shenanigans. You know, there's not one time that Dudley Land has ever been, and that's Tom Dudley and Tom Havenstride. I'm going to put it in their hands and congratulate them, but not one time have we ever been caught up in anything or suspected of doing anything slimy, for lack of a better term. When so many of our peers throughout the years we hear about them, we see it, we know it's happening. I'm just proud that Dudley Land, and that's why I've stuck with them. I mean, you talk about, I've had offers to go elsewhere. Those companies aren't in business anymore for one reason or another, you know, and I'm still here and we're still doing good, solid work. And, so a couple of things that I'm proud of about this company, and most proud of, actually, truthfully.
Man, great to hear. Great to hear. So we're kind of getting to the end here. I'd love to hear, obviously, hopefully everyone has a wonderful holiday, but 2024, looking forward to the next year. What are some things that you're hoping for in each of your respective areas?
You want me to go first?
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't like the outlook for natural gas. Really interested to see how this election cycle works out. I think it's going to be entertaining, yet really awful for the country, if you will. I mean, work-wise, I think we expect some leveling out. At least I do. But as the ever optimist, as Brent said, I'm hoping that renewables are going to continue to grow. I know that we're making a lot of strides there. Oil and gas, if it can stay steady, I think we'll be in a great spot. And if we can make it through the storm of November 2024, we'll be in a good spot for next year's Christmas podcast.
That'll be a fun one.
Hey, I'm just hoping we have a next year's Christmas podcast. Anybody else? Yeah. Our goal, one of our rocks and our annual goal should be make it to a Christmas cocktail hour.
There you go.
Yeah. So still be a landman next year. That's goal number one.
That's great.
Well, first of all, I can't believe it's already almost 2024. I mean, we're really just a couple weeks away. It just seems like this year's flown by. It's been a great year, but I mean, ultimately, and we all want to grow, right? I mean, this mid-con area, we need natural gas to do something special, which I don't know that it's going to, no matter which way it goes, especially not in the next year. So I think we're probably looking at more of the same in the mid-con. Rockies seems to be picking up a little bit. Hopefully that stays steady. I'd like to see that. I think a lot of people are looking, you know, the last few months we've heard from some of our clients and they're looking in other areas. You know, that's the first time that's really happened in a while. They're looking for other things to do. I think that promotes some good things for 2024. We'll see if they actually pull the trigger on any of them. Because we haven't heard of new areas and new things that people want to do in a while. So that's always good. So hopefully that happens, but stay steady, keep our clients happy, keep providing them the service we are. And I think everything's going to be all right.
Yeah. I mean, as far as, you know, what we're looking at here in Texas, I mean, we had a pretty steady year. We anticipate, you know, that to continue. We're, Our Permian activity is holding steady. A lot of little small things, kind of how that basin has matured. It's just a lot of one-off work, but it's consistent. I think we'll continue to see a certain amount of work just from the activity out there in the Permian Basin. Indications are that oil prices may tick up, and that'll be great. That just promotes more activity out there for us. We're starting to see, some of these other benches in the Permian start to come into play, and a lot of interest in that, and hoping that will stem some of the larger projects for us, keep some landmen going on some leasing jobs. To natural gas's point, we sorted several projects this year with a lot of promise and did really well. A lot of that stuff's just on standby at this point, waiting to see what happens. On the alternative side of our business, to Steve's point, I mean, we expect that to continue at least through the year. They've injected a lot of money into that space, and they need to put that, they need to deploy that capital. We've found our way in every way that we can, service that side of the industry and keep our landmen busy. And when it boils down to it, that's what it's all about. We got to keep our folks busy. So activity wise on the renewable space, we continue to think solar and utility scale solar work is going to continue to be active in the state of Texas and across the southern U.S. We're really excited about Dudley Select Title and some of the title policies that we've been working toward. Be great to get a couple of those projects closed this year. It'd be a good, feather in our cap to fire that up and actually be able to see it full circle. Outside of the solar and wind projects that we're doing, if we dabbled in some geothermal, people were talking about lithium. There's RNG projects, there's some pipeline work, there's CCS work here along the Texas Gulf Coast that we will continue to move forward and keep some landmen busy for us. So down here, man, it's a lot of small projects and a lot of different things going on, but we're optimistic that, the oil and gas side of things will continue to be strong for us and keep the bulk of our landmen working, but we'll also be able to continue to diversify and take advantage of some opportunities in the alternative space, and some folks continuing to be interested in that. All in all, as far as the company goes, I mean, I think, we've got some goals to double our output on the alternative side of our business. We think we can do that. Election years with oil and gas are always question marks. To Steve's point, it's going to be chaos. There's going to be a lot of uncertainty. It's going to be a bit of a circus, but I think we all are prepared for that and optimistic that the industry won't be swayed too badly by what we see there and what's going on there. And that, I think the oil and gas industry in particular has been very good about being disciplined and not getting over their skis with spending. And so I think they're all well positioned. A lot of people's stock prices are really good with all the mergers. So we expect that we'll have a year of probably a lot of the kind of post-merger work for deduct analysis and a lot of that kind of back office work that happens when companies merge. We've got a lot of really good connections there. So a lot of stuff going on, as a company and in our space. And boy, it's ever evolving. And we think we're well positioned to be able to react to whatever comes our way. And hopefully that we'll have another steady year. We don't have to grow like crazy, but we'd love to just be steady. I think steady is what we all want as landmen. So
back to your point earlier about the number of clients we've gained this year. I mean, we've added clients up here in the Northeast that we haven't had in over a decade. And I think it's a testament to our longevity that some of these other groups, they come, they're a flash in the pan, they go, but they realize that if you need a quality product and if you need a group who can staff for you and give you, that end result, the long game is something we've played for a long time. And it's been good to see that in 2023, and hopefully that continues in 2024.
That's a testament to your team, the service and product that they put out, and the consistency it's been over the last 13 years, 18 years, really.
Now, Brandon, you were one of that started that, so
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
I was there, sprinkled a little salt and pepper on it, and then I left.
What we really noticed was the sharp increase in productivity when he left. He left there. And
hey, man, I can't help it. It was 2015. No,
yeah, we've all grown. We've grown since then.
well, bad year. No,
Yeah, bad year.
yeah.
Hey, Brandon, do you think we should have that guy that we had that conversation with way back in the day on a podcast in the future?
Oh, yeah, at the hotel lobby table.
Might be a good one, huh?
It actually might be.
Hell, that
Buckle
guy
up,
he
Khalil.
might be dead. Who knows?
I don't know where.
No idea what we're referencing, but
Yeah,
That's not true.
well,
We just did
we
an
all learned
inside
a lot
joke
back
on the
then.
internet.
inside.
Yeah, sorry. It was a learning experience for everybody involved.
Yeah.
mostly me.
Oh man,
Dude, I got a nice low-grade fever burn in here. I'm feeling great.
Oh man. Well,
Can we end this?
we can
guys.
end it. Let's give one last shout out to Stets for an engagement, and Happy New Year to everybody.
Congratulations, Grant and Courtney.
Yeah, great.
Congratulations.
Congrats. Happy New Year.
And then
See you all in 2024.
Merry Christmas, guys.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks for listening to The Land Department. Check out our website in the show notes or visit dudley-land.com to learn more about us.